it's time for some embarrassing memories.
I don't want to share mine. It's too juicy.
Too juicy.
Wow, good thing you prepared them.
My childhood is
I prepared
too
them,
juicy.
but it's now that we're in it,
Let's start off.
Are we just gonna jump right in?
We're just gonna jump right into Legend of the Cotenbool.
Okay, so to preface this,
Yeah, we should give a little.
No,
So-
I'm going right in.
we've talked about in our past that we did Mario fanfiction. Well, Alex and I wrote it, and Brie read it, and so what we're gonna start with before anything else is Alex and I picked up 2 excerpts from 2 of our old fanfics, and we will each do I guess like an intro for each one. Say how old you were when you wrote it. That's very important.
Yeah.
And maybe afterwards we can discuss, or during if you have any.
Maybe I'll be pleasantly impressed by your writing style and be invested in your story and want to know more about.
You know what?
How it
Considering
progresses.
for this first one I was 11 or 12, I really don't think it's that bad, but it's not good, but it's very dark. So the first part anyway, actually both excerpts are in the same file, so I'll let you know when the first one is done. But you can see there's a space between them actually.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if
Yeah,
those
there's a
were
big
two
old
different ones.
gap.
So here, let me just, so this is are we going first with mine, I guess?
Yeah, I already started.
Sure,
We're reading
okay.
Legend of the
All right.
Cotenbool.
I wrote this when I was probably 11 or 12 years old. It's called Legend of the Cotenbool. And my Mario fanfiction never really did a lot of the official characters. I always made up like my own stuff and just put them in that universe, like Koopas and.
It's always like either or. Like you pull in
Right.
all of the Mario characters, or you just make your
own.
OCs all over the universe.
Right. And some people like just use the official, but I was not. Like
Some people
that.
made themselves like best friend with Yoshi.
Oh
So
yeah.
like yeah.
So I guess are we taking turns? Is that what we decided? Okay.
Well, mine are in script format, so it's easier, but yours is more like a
Maybe we
a
can
novel
switch off
format.
by paragraph.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So, chapter 1, many deaths.
Good start.
That's what it says.
Like, how is many like 3 or is it like 300?
Oh no, it's like a lot. You're gonna find out.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
it's many.
Oh, I can't
Anne-Marie.
wait.
So to explain what's going on, briefly, and so the basic sort of idea of my story were in Super Mario 3, they had the different lands like grassland, desert land, waterland, and so forth. And I guess each land there was like this hidden beast inside, kind of like I was heavily inspired as a kid by Final Fantasy VII, and you know the ruby weapon and emerald weapons. You know, remember those bosses?
Yeah,
No.
they were like the crazy optional.
They're like
ones, right?
secret bosses that are
Yeah.
well, so one of them or 2 of them appear in the actual plot, but they're these giant monsters that are like the size of like, huge buildings. And so I basically took that concept and applied it to like each there's like a hidden monster in each land, and like the bad guys are trying to like, summon them and get like their power or whatever. And so let's just jump right into it.
I want to read about many deaths.
So
I
see
never
how
read
many
yours.
deaths.
how do that's true. You haven't read mine, so I guess I'll start. Then who wants
Just
to
go
second?
paragraph by paragraph.
I know, but
Alex
who-
can go next. And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
All right, let's begin. The Western Mushroom Army was struggling against the army of the Eastern Koopa Federation. Toads in dark red uniforms marched toward the vast army of Koopas with their fire flowers raised high.
Wow, they just like carry those around?
They're weapons. It's like a gun.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
Oh.
that's, like,
they're
serious
guns.
shit.
Wow, this is fucking intense.
Oh,
Okay.
and trust me, it gets more intense.
The Eastern Koopa Federation was trying to take over Grassland. Successful in most of their battles, Colonel Growlin Koopa, one of the 8 colonels of the Eastern Army, was confident that he would claim victory.
Koopas shot shell guns with tiny little Koopa shells. Oh, thanks for the explanation.
Oh, shit.
No, listen, the tiny little Koopa shells in them.
They explode on contact.
Yes.
The front line of toads seem to shatter into pieces.
So do people like shit their pants when they pull out the tiny Koopa shell guns?
Yeah, listen, it's like a handgun.
Yeah.
And it shoots it just explodes. It's just an exploding bullet.
So it's like a little grenade.
Yeah, like a little grenade shooter.
Did you come up with that?
What?
It's pretty good.
Shell guns?
Yeah.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah, that was my idea.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was basically I just wanted to have them be able to kill each other, and so I gave them.
But it
shell
has to be
guns.
Mario, so
Right,
it has to be
exactly.
fucking wacky.
Yeah. Colonel Garland had been sent to Grassland, while the 7 other colonels had been sent to Desertland, Waterland, Giantland, Skyland, Iceland, Pipeland, and Darkland. The reason was a secret only the general knew
Wait,
of.
what the fuck? Why are they trying to take over Darkland?
You know,
It's already taken over by
Yeah, isn't that
Koopas.
like already?
I think they're just getting greedy.
Koopas,
or no.
Bowser's
Wait, are they
gonna
on
fuck them up.
Okay, are these guys on Bowser's side, or is this an
Here's
independent
what I think I
faction?
was doing. I think in my mind, Darkland was abandoned. Like Bowser.
Oh, this was after.
This was like after all
Oh,
that,
I
and
see.
so like it's
Oh,
like a
shit.
vacant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they don't even need to take it over. They can just go live there.
I guess there were like I don't even think I even planned that far, but I think there were like rogue factions or something
Okay.
in there
Oh,
or something
shit.
like
All right.
that.
All Growlin knew was that he was ordered to take over Grassland. Fire the cannons, he ordered. Bombshell bills shot through the air, causing mass explosions and destroying many toads.
The burning fire flowers of the toads scorched the Koopas, and albatrosses flew through the air, dropping bombs on the Eastern Army.
Colonel Dignitoad saw that the
Dignitoad?
Dignity,
Like dignity?
get it? Saw that the battle was going badly for his side. He was about to tell the toad next to him to bring out the lazy shell, but was silenced by a shell gun.
What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is a lazy shell?
I think it's like a really powerful item
Well, they don't
in
even
Mario
need it 'cause they just
RPG.
fucking killed this toad.
We've already had many deaths so far.
Yeah, oh, Jesus.
This
Yeah.
chapter is living up to its name.
Yeah, listen, it's very grim.
The toads became frantic. Their leader had just been killed. They tried to retreat, but were surrounded by cannons. Growlin grinned wickedly. Fire! He shouted.
The toads were wiped out completely.
Oh, God.
Nothing remained. The Eastern Army stormed the Grassland castle. Grassland was taken.
And all the
Yes.
while, you hear...
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of Legend of the Koten Bull. So,
Yeah, it's
so what'd you think, guys?
pretty good.
I want to, like, why are they so violent?
The Eastern Koopa Federation, they're just a bunch of bad dudes.
Do you think you could maybe, like, fucking chill?
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right?
there's a lot
Yeah,
of...
well,
just-
I'm kind of just. Was it, how old were you? Like 12?
11 or 12.
That's
yeah.
kind of disturbing.
Why is that disturbing?
Why are you thinking so much about, like, war and death?
You know what I was actually heavily inspired by was when I was a kid, like a young kid, like first grade, second grade. I started reading Redwall. You know what Redwall is?
Yeah, the mice.
Redwall is like a bunch of like mice and like
Oh, yeah,
all
I
the
know.
and it's
Wait.
basically like really like serious, like not fantasy, but kind of like medieval, kind of like, and they have wars like this, but it's all these like mice and like
Oh, that's
squirrels
actually
and
really
stuff.
cute.
And so a lot of that, I like loved that kind of stuff, like the idea of like conflicts and like all these like different factions like fighting and whatever. And so that was something that like I obviously drew a lot of inspiration from. It was basically Redwall and like Final Fantasy VII were like huge for me. And so a lot of my stuff was like really but I mean 11 years old, the writing's not that bad, right?
It's all right.
It's but it's not
It's,
like you would think it's like Mario went outside to the
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to my stuff.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Let's
it's,
keep going. I want to know what's
it's
gonna.
fairly compelling.
Yeah.
Shell guns are a pretty clever little
Yeah,
technology that you have.
I'm
that you have
surprised
conjured
Nintendo
up.
hasn't incorporated that into
Yeah,
their
you
stuff.
know, when
Honestly-
Nintendo's ready to, when they're brave enough to make a real Mario game for like adults,
Right.
like maybe
Maybe Nintendo stop being a bunch of pussies.
yeah.
Maybe in Mario Odyssey they'll finally
Oh,
bring it
you
up.
think shell guns will come out in Mario Odyssey?
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
I
definitely.
hope so.
Oh, they better.
All right, so that was Legend of the Koten Bull.
Nice.
So what's your second excerpt?
We're gonna do Alex's next.
Oh, we're gonna jump to one of
We'll
mine.
jump between them.
Okay,
wait, I
then
gotta-
we can jump to a spacey situation.
Is yours in the Facebook chat?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
he sent it.
So
no,
this,
he sent it to us.
yeah. So this was
You want to do spacey situation?
Yes, I've said
My phone's
that.
not gonna play like the music on the website.
Oh, is it gonna play the MIDI?
I don't
think
so.
phones play MIDIs. But
okay.
so this website we used to post everything to, Lemmy's Land. One of the features of the website was that they had MIDIs of Mario music, and they would play on every single page wherever you went, which I actually loved because it gave the website like background music, and like
Yeah, me too.
the webmaster Lemmy Koopa himself, the real Lemmy Koopa,
Yeah.
would assign a MIDI based on the tone of your story. So it was actually kind of a cool little thing, but it's not going to play on our phone, so it's in BD.
So are all the Koopalings in this story? How are we going to decide?
Are we reading this whole thing or what?
Oh gosh,
It's pretty long.
yeah, no, we
so-
shouldn't do the whole thing. I think we should just read like a chunk of it.
Here, why don't we read it and we'll read it like a script, and then Alec, when you're ready to stop, say "and scene."
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll find an optimal moment. So this was when I first wanted to get into writing Mario fan fiction, because like I browsed the site and was interested in the stuff before I actually got involved in it. I was actually very scared about registering for a new website because I thought that was like a big deal and I had to get like my parents' permission. So I waited a long time before I actually did anything.
Did you actually get their permission?
Yep.
See,
I asked
did
if I
all
could
my
register for Lemmy's Land.
I did all my stuff in secret.
Yeah, I thought it was
in secret? You had to hide.
I thought it was like a
Kinda,
big.
yeah.
I thought it was like a big official thing. If you registered for a forum, like that sounded like you're giving them your information.
Right.
So I wanted to like write a story. So I actually asked my dad. We were out like at the mall or something. I was like, I'm gonna write a story about Mario. What should I write about? And he just like offhand was like, you should do something where Toad goes to space.
I love that.
And that was the basis for this story. Toad actually does not make it to space in this. I don't know if we'll get that
Does
far.
he get killed by a shell gun?
No, this is not fucking gory blood murder, red wall. Ooh, has to be edgy. No, this is fun.
Mine was fun. It was grim
It wasn't
and compelling.
fun for children, which is who this is intended.
Okay,
For,
you know what,
okay,
guys?
let's
This is
move
not
on to
appropriate
stuff
for
for
ages of
4-year-olds.
Let's
yeah.
just start,
Okay.
Alex.
Okay, I guess if you take a character, like keep that character.
Sure.
So we have most of the Koopalings in here. So
Okay.
oh shit, but okay, I think it'll read well.
It doesn't matter. Let's just go for
Yeah.
it.
One day in Castle Koopa, Ludwig is in his room filling out a PSP Plit Space Program application.
Now, is that a
Oh.
PSP joke?
No, that was
That
way.
was
This
just
is way
with-
before
yeah, okay,
PSP.
that's what I
Okay, so
figured.
with Plit.
Plit is the.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God. There's a lot of Lemmy's Land lore in this.
So
Plit
So-
is, according to the Lemmy's Land continuity, which kind of persisted on the website, Plit is the planet where Mario takes place. That's just what we called it. Yeah.
See, I was not at Lemmy's Land. I was at Nintendo Writer, and so, and I know some people did that there, but I did not do that. I did like this. All this Lemmy's Land lore is totally foreign to me.
yeah, Plit. Just that's real.
Doesn't Bowser have like a wife
Yep.
in your
Yep.
weirdos? Okay.
Claudia.
Okay.
Claudia Koopa.
Yeah, that sounds right.
With Claw spelled like CLAW.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ludwig is in his room filling out an application. If you have read through this application and wish to sign up for this mission, sign here. Okay, then. Am I just narrating the whole thing?
It doesn't
do we wanna-
really matter. I
Yeah.
guess whoever's doing the lines at that time will just read the next line.
Oh, sure. Ludwig signs the paper and runs to his doom ship. In the hall, he bumps into Larry.
Who's gonna be Larry?
I guess you go for
I'll
it.
be
Take
Larry.
him.
Hey, Ludwig, where's the fire?
I'm in a hurry. Now get out of the way. Ludwig pushes Larry out of the way and runs towards his doom ship. Suddenly, his stomach starts to grumble. Maybe I should eat some chocolate before I send this in. That was also another Lemmy's Land thing. Ludwig loves chocolate.
Man, just all full
that's
of,
right.
it's
I
so
was
full
like,
of
what?
tidbits.
It's
of-
chock full of them. You're about to
Great
see another
lore.
one like in the next sentence. Ludwig heads to the kitchen. When he gets there, he
God.
finds Morton searching through the fridge.
There has to be some wedding cake in here somewhere. We have to have some. I'm going to starve.
Guess what Morton's favorite
guess
food
he
Was
likes
it
wedding
perchance
cake.
eating wedding cake?
Yep,
Why
that's,
does it-
that's his thing.
Where did that come from?
I have
Lemmy's
absolutely...
brain.
There might have been like a story or something that it originated, but that was just... These things just kind of existed. Like, just the stories used them and incorporated them.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's just
You
part of
guys
their
are weirdos.
personalities. Morton, you ate all the wedding cake for dessert last night, remember? Morton gets startled when Ludwig tells him this, and he drops the bowl he was holding. It shatters when it hits the ground.
Hey, what's the big idea scaring me like that? That was rude, mean, bad, terrible, horrible.
Luckily, Ludwig had brought the duct tape.
Whoa.
He pushes Morton out of the way and looks through the fridge. He finds a huge package of Nestle Crunch bars. He grabs 10 and eats them quickly.
Okay, I love that you put Nestle Crunch bars.
Very specifically.
And Crunch is all
Little
caps.
product placement. Did they pay you for that one?
No, I just wanted to be like
I think-
specific about
About what?
about what Ludwig von Koopa was eating that day. Ah, that was delicious. Well, I gotta go now.
Ludwig proceeds to his doom ship. When he finally gets there, he boards it and flies off to the PSP. Meanwhile, at Mario's pad...
It's me, Mario.
I'm not going to be Luigi.
Shut up, Mario.
Ho-ho. Luigi takes out a very large bat and whacks Mario on the head. Mamma mia!
Come on, Mario. Peach and Daisy have opened a new bakery, and we need to get some bread. All those us I'm doing are in the original dialogue.
Courtesy for Luigi and Mario is to write... Oh, also the Wario and Waluigi, I guess, is to write in your hyphen A's at the end of words. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Luigi slaps his head and drags Mario out the door. See you later, Luigi.
No, it's see you later.
He said that.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear it.
See you
I
later,
enunciated it so well that it was natural.
Yeah, I was like, that's the real Mario.
See you later, Luigi. Mario
gotcha.
suddenly jumps up and starts running to Toad Town.
Mario, come back. Luigi then chases Mario all over the town. Back at Castle Koopa.
When the fuck does the Toad go to space?
Yeah, what the fuck?
We can jump ahead a little
jump
bit.
ahead.
Actually.
I want to see
I forgot
where
how
Toad...
But
long...
you know, Morton still has the duct tape on his mouth in this next line.
Oh,
That's
no.
Interesting.
Oh, no. It's just to shut him up. Let me find where Toad shows up. Or where... Oh, no, I don't know if Toad does show up, actually. Maybe Toad does go to space.
Oh, I'm at the edge of my seat.
Oh, man. I don't think Toad's in this one, actually.
You fucking liar.
I'm sorry for the false advertising.
I see Oogtar's in this. Oh, George
Peach and Daisy
Bush
aren't having
is
a good
in
time
this.
with their bakery.
Oh, did I put George Bush in this?
Yeah.
Where's George Bush? We'll
Wow.
jump up to
You know,
George
let's go down to
Bush.
the bottom. All right.
Is that at the very bottom?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm looking for
Attention,
George Bush.
everybody.
Wait, I didn't find it yet.
It's the last few lines.
Last few lines. Oh, there's even a piece of art at the end.
Yeah, I did not have anything to
that's
do with that.
beautiful.
Somebody drew that like years after the fact.
Okay, where does George
This
Bush...
was
remember-
after their big space adventure.
All right.
Okay.
Attention, everybody. For no reason, everybody inside the building should take a walk outside. Everybody leaves the building. The spaceship crashes and blows up the Capitol. Morton crawls out of the ashes and rubble. You, sir, better